Alright guys, are we working? I'm going to let this run for just a second. This is attempt number 3. I don't know if it's an internet service issue around here tonight or what, but I actually see the meter running. So if somebody could just drop a comment and let me know if you can read or you can hear me speaking on here, I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm going to reload this on here one more time too. I'm sideways. Is that better? We better? Okay, appreciate you. Can hear you good. Okay. Am I oriented correctly now, guys? I do not know what's going on tonight with YouTube. For some reason, the live thing will not let me do it landscape, so it has to be portrait. So if everybody can tell me that I'm still up and straight and down, we can get going. Okay, good deal. Appreciate you. All right, guys. So tonight, obviously, this must be a very important and good topic because I've had to try 3 times now to get this to work. Once again, for anybody that's new to this channel, I don't know what's going on tonight. I've been doing this now for I think like a month or month and a half, and I don't know why the live stream has to be done in portrait mode tonight. I'm gonna have to check that setting on my phone to see if something's been messed up with that because I'm using that for the cam function. But the audio, everybody seems to say the audio is doing okay. So we are living in some interesting times here lately, are we not, folks? Tonight I'm going to cover man's laws or YAH's laws. Whom are you going to serve? In this time of lawlessness that we are living in right now, I cannot overly state how important it is in the very near coming future for us to make a sound, clear decision of one or the other government we're going to have to serve. We're going to have to pick which government we're going to be a part of. All right, and here's the deal: is serving the one you can't serve the other. You know what's that saying goes that no man can serve 2 masters because they'll love the one and hate the other. Just checking it in, guys. Somebody said howdy from North Mexico. Got a bunch of people checking in from all over Louisiana. Shalom to everybody in the building tonight. Absolutely, most of y'all bless you all too. Love you guys. Enjoy this time together with everybody. All right, so now what I've done is I broke this down into 3 sections. And I'm just going to go ahead and name them off so that as we go through this video, some people may check out. Are you willing to go the distance or comply? That's section A. It's almost like you're filling out a form here, right? I went to the DMV or the county clerk office today to get all sorts of licenses and permit renewals and everything like that. You know, and I almost feel like I'm filling out one of these forms I filled out today. Section B. So you're willing, right, to either comply or not. All right, there's that section. And then option C, or section C, is it worth it or not worth it? That's the 3 portions of this conversation we're going to have tonight. And right before we get into it, I just want to point out a couple things that's going on with all the chaos. You know, more and more always comes forward knowledge on stuff. As you see this crazy stuff escalating out there in the world today. And I've noticed a lot of people have been sharing memes on Facebook lately. Said, oh, watch out, the alien invasion is next. This will be the next thing we see after this. Now keep in mind, folks, these are probably worldly people. Some of them's truthers. And I'm just like, I literally said it on the New World Order video. Complete breakdown. I was like, 9/11, Rona 19, and the alien demon thing. That'll be the next thing on the playlist. All right. Well, I looked, and apparently, and I've got to verify this information. I just got the hold of this today, but apparently, Floyd's funeral was closed casket. Now, he wasn't shot. He wasn't in a car wreck or anything like that. And I'm like, why was that closed casket? That just, to me, is a weird thing. I can't get past that, you know, with all this going on, because here's why I say that. Is if everybody that's out there saying, well, this is a conspiracy, this is another, you know, psyops, then open the casket and show everybody the man laying there and be done with it. All right, this just further fuels that fire, right? Well, the other thing is apparently Hillary lost her case in court today or yesterday over the email thing. And apparently the Obama investigation thing's going forward. And here's the deal, guys. I don't want everybody's getting excited about this, and I'm like, Satan has a way of working things just like Ernest Blofeld. And if people don't know who Blofeld is, he was always Bond's villain in James Bond movies most of the time. He was always, to me, the biggest villain of them all, and head of Spectre. Well, what would happen is he'd be like, number 11, you failed at this task. Push of a button. Next thing you know, he's electrocuted in his chair at the conference boardroom meeting, or like the one woman he fed to his piranhas. He pushed the button and the thing fell down and they went to piranha. And the reason I say that is it's like, even like you look at that villain organization of Spectre, if somebody failed, well, they just cast their own people to the wolves sometimes. So I mean, like, this is not nothing weird or new to me, and everybody's getting excited about it. I'm like, it's all part of a show, guys. I mean, this is just as good as a show to me. For one thing, they put on that he was COVID positive prior to his death. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hey guys, I'm going to get into this Rona stuff here in a minute, but here's the deal. I was on the fence whether to put the 3 Hebrew children on the image for this live, or to do the Chanel guillotine. And I'll tell you why that I settled on the guillotine. Is because I feel like that it is one of the boldest statements in our time for what is to come. Because in the 3 Hebrew children's day, when they were cast into the fire for not compliance, we're not living in that day. We're living in a day where it's not so much barbarian-ish. We're kind of past the barbarian level, but we're still cruel. And so, this is what we more have to look forward to, I believe, in a firing squad and some other etc. things. But that I'll get into all that later, and you'll understand why I made that as the picture for the live tonight. But anyway, guys, so Section A. Are you willing to go the distance or comply? Now, I'm going to ask 3 questions throughout this video. And, of course, this is Section 1. And I'm going to start with some of the simplest stuff, okay? I want to keep this video short tonight, straight to the point, because I want to read comments and talk back and forth whenever we get there. I'll pause here in a minute after I get done Section A. We'll read some comments and so on, keep moving. So, here's the first question I have. I'm going to start with simple stuff. Face masks, right? That's a thing right now. Are you willing to comply with that or not? Now, me, I've made a sound decision back when Rona 19 started that I'm not wearing a face mask, that the Most High Yah will protect me and keep me, and that not only that, but now tomorrow's my name day, right? Or people call it birthday, right? And I didn't know this until literally this year, that apparently 6/6 on the calendar, on the Roman calendar, is actually a minor satanic holiday. Like, it's not one of the high ones, but it's a lower holiday. I didn't know that. I was apparently born on a satanic holiday. Who knows? Probably to be the adversary to those to that satanic stuff and expose it. Who knows? But anyway, face mask. Like, apparently when you wear a face mask in Satanism, the occult, it is to be part of an occult gathering, right? To hide your face and stuff. Not only that, like, they had the circles and parks marked out, and like you can just see a lot of occult stuff going on with this Rona 19 thing. Well, the simple thing, the question to ask is, because I'm starting with the simple stuff and going big, right? Is a face mask. Are you willing to comply, or are you going to defy? This is a simple thing right now, guys. And I've went to places and they're like, well, you can't go in if you don't have it. I'm like, well, forget you. I'm not doing it. And if you can't, start now with the simple things and buck the system, then what are you going to do as this gets worse, right? Because here you go. Here's another one. I tried to find the article. Please, someone, if you find this article, I want to bring this out in a future video, is Rand Paul talked about vaccine laws. Now the article, I can't find it. It's just poof, gone. And I looked for it diligently. I really diligently looked for it. So if somebody can find that, send that to the number 7, the actual number 7, and then trumpetsprepper@gmail.com. Thank you so much. I'd be so grateful for that, guys, because here's the next thing. Vaccine laws. Like, I believe I brought it out in a video recently a while back, and it might have been a live stream we done and not a pre-record, is that I asked on the show, or I told people on the show, I said that New York now, Best of my knowledge, I brought this out. I said that New York has taken away the thing where you can get a religious exemption for vaccines. And you see, in all 50 states, to the best of my knowledge, because I researched this too, and anytime, guys, if I'm wrong, I'm telling you to do your own research. I just try to give you the best information I can. Is that from the best of my knowledge, in all 50 states now, there's vaccine laws, at least for the youth. It's like forced, to enter into the public indoctrination school system, you have to. And eventually, guys, I went today, to get my license renewed, because if I didn't, I would be driving with an expired license. And now y'all gonna laugh at this. It ain't that I got my license renewed because I cared that I would get a ticket for driving with an expired license. I got my license renewed because if I go out to eat, they won't give me alcohol without, showing them I'm 21. And I like my strawberry margaritas, all right? Vodka martini, man. Like, Luke likes to drink. I don't get lit, I don't get drunk, but I like to have my alcohol. And if anybody on here like, oh, you going to hell for drinking. Folks, they had alcohol in the scriptural days. All right, I'm going to tell you, in ancient times, people drank alcohol. It says not to be a drunkard. All right, so I'm just going to be done with that. I've never been a drunkard. But anyway, that's pretty much one of the main reasons why I got my license renewed today. I'm just going to be all straight with you. I don't give a flip about getting pulled over by the police. I didn't have my seatbelt on recently, too. Got pulled over. I was like, whatever, man. Anyway, and by the way, while we're on that subject, in the Constitution, we are guaranteed the right of free passage amongst states. It's only if you deal in commerce that you're supposed to have a license. All right, just so you know that from the best of my interpretation, and I'm not a lawyer, I'm an electrician, but I'm just saying that's what I interpreted. So anyway, with the vaccine laws, are you going to allow them to stick something in your body? Now, I believe it was CNBC done an article that showed that there is a company that's wanting to get out there and be at the forefront of producing medical vaccinations. And they were going to be able to produce like 300 million. It was a lot of vaccines. And they'd be able to export at that point too. And they had RFIDs, but now what they were blowing it off about was, well, just the RFID was on the vaccine casing for tracking, not in the vaccine. But folks, I'm going to be honest with you. I try to read between the lines anymore. The fact that even RFID was discussed throws red flags. Vaccine and RFID in the same sentence is not good. All right? Just being straight with you. So moving on, next question. All right? So say that you won't deal with a vaccine. Say you won't take a vaccine later down the road. You won't take a mark in your hand or anything like that. Cool. We're moving on. Checking another box. Martial law. Now, martial law is something that people, as always, I think, balked at. You see a lot of police and law enforcement agencies always practice for this stuff. National Guard deployments. I mean, this is stuff that gets practiced. Okay, guys? I mean, this is, that 2 weekends a year, 1 weekend a month BS when they hire you. I mean, like, listen, this is stuff that gets practiced for. All right? This is not like conspiracy theory stuff. All right? So, anyway, when you see, like, that woman getting shot, the police officer shot rounds at her the other day to get back in her house, and tanks rolling down the street, stuff like that. I mean, people think that this is not a reality until it's a reality. And that's the same thing with the days of Noah. Nobody thought it was going to rain because, guys, it hadn't rained on the earth until then. And then all of a sudden it rains, because I believe the scripture states that the water was, that the ground was watered with the dew Okay, so you didn't have the situation with the rain beforehand, right? So here all this rain comes down, floods the earth. All right, well, same thing with martial law. Nobody believes martial law until it's in the streets, and you got a tank, you got an Abrams tank rolling down your street, or a Bradley, M2 Bradley, or whatever. I mean, like, nobody's like, well, I couldn't believe this until it happens, right? Well, what are you going to do when you have a situation like Red Dawn, and I do mean Red Dawn 2.0, like the remake of Red Dawn, where you've got now replaced North Korea with the U.S., and you're, every street corner's blocked off and curfews, and you can't come and go, and it's like Nazi Germany 1940s all over again. What are you going to do about that? I mean, are you going to be okay with that, or are you going to buck the system? And guys, now, the reason I'm starting with this stuff is because I'm building, and you'll see here in a second, is the next thing. Okay, say, I'm not going to wear a face mask. That's stupid, Luke. I'm not going to have no part in that. I'm not going to take vaccine with RFID chip. I'm not taking no mark of the beast, blah, blah, blah. You keep going. Martial law. I'm not going to comply with the system. I'll get out of here. I'll go leave the cities. All right? Well, here's the next one. And now this is where we really start, the rubber starts meeting the road, and we get we really start getting the meat on the bone. Because I have an agenda on this show. A lot of people, they'll try to be like, well, I don't have an agenda. I'm just trying to help everybody. I'll have an agenda. I want to wake people up. There's going to be people that I offend with this show, and guys, I don't care. My conscience is seared with a hot iron when it comes to people's feels anymore. I say what I got to say, do what I got to do, because who knows, my time is very limited on this earth, most likely, right? Just because of my faith. One day it's probably going to get a ticket punched, right? So, I just feel like anymore, just say what you got to say and fight for the kingdom. Well, worship laws. What are we going to do when they tell you you have to worship a certain way, a certain day, do things a certain way, coexist? I drove through Knoxville today. Big freaking sign of coexist. Ecumenicalism. I can just keep going and going and going and going. It will most likely become a reality, guys, because you got to understand something. In Revelation, it talks about those that will worship the beast. All right? This is not a question. It's a reality. We got to look at what context that reality is going to come about. But you got to ask yourself, am I going to comply with this, yes or no? All right? Now, the next question I'm going to ask, and then we're going to take a pause, because I haven't asked you if you're willing to comply or not with this yet. I'm not. I'm going to ask that in the next section. I just want to filter some of this stuff in your mind. The next thing I want to bring up, in which prompts the picture that was decided for the live stream tonight, was genocide. Later down the road, people are going to be beheaded for the witness of Mashiach and for keeping the commands, right? Pretty much. Looks like a situation that's going to come to pass. Not only that, Scripture warns that, family will betray one another. People. It obviously talks about people that loses their head for the witness of the kingdom. And genocide's a real thing, guys. We're going to get to a point where that there was that saying that went like this, and I can't remember if it was out of I believe it was out of 1984, the novel. It goes like, when they rounded up the black people, we were quiet. And when they rounded up the Jews, we were quiet. And when they rounded up these, we were quiet. And anyways, it got down to, and then when they come to round us up, there was no one left to speak out. Something to that effect, I believe is what it was. And anywho, we've got to ask ourselves these hard questions, because, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. We are not living in normal times. Like, there was a meme that was shared on Facebook. I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to read some of the comments, catch up, guys. There was a meme that was shared on Facebook, and it said, the world is not getting more wicked or darker, which now I kind of disagree. It seems like it is sliding more and more downhill, but it's progressive. It's not like it was all at once. But it says, no, you're becoming more awake and aware to the reality in which you're living in. And that's really what I'm trying to do here, too, is just serve up some red pills and wake some people up to the reality we're living in, guys. Because it's a crazy reality. And I want to say this real quick before I get too much further in the video, because I promise I'm going to stop and read the comments, guys. We'll catch up, and then we'll go on part B. I want to say something that I shared the other day about some more speaker stuff to the conference. And, I've noticed as I've added speakers along throughout the course of this year, topics, musicians, just all sorts of stuff as I've continued to add a conference. People's like, well, are you aligning with this person, or do you believe that way of that person? Or, well, I don't agree with this person. Well, folks, I don't know if it's occurred to people, okay, cognitively this has occurred to you, but I haven't met hardly anybody in the way that I agree 100% with every single thought process they have, okay? Nor do people agree 100% with every single process I have. But this is the deal. The people that I'm asking to come speak at the conference, they're coming for a specific topic, for a specific purpose. Take, like, for example, the last one I just posted was Pastor Dale, right? He's coming to literally explain to you all how to build a community of believers. Because y'all on here, I don't know how many people email me like, I don't know what to do. I need to get together with other people. I need to figure this out. I need to network. We need to build a community, blah, 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 blah. Well, Pastor Dale has 10 communities with Straightway. Now, whether you agree or disagree with Straightway, that's not the discussion here. The discussion is an elder is coming to explain to you how to build a community that has 10 of them. So unless that you can mark that off on your successful list of things you've accomplished, I might want to go and sit down and listen to what the man has to say. Now, I ain't mean that I'm saying go agree with everything Straightway says, or go agree with everything that so-and-so says over here, or agree with every single thing I'm saying. Guys, I just tell you to keep the commandments and believe in Messiah and, try to do everything Scripture says. But there is some of these people's coming to speak that have value to what they have to say. And so whether you agree or disagree with them, take what you can learn from their topic and apply it to your life if it can. All right? So, with that said, I'm going to back up right here. Oh, and anybody, I love it how I've seen haters come up on the YouTube, and I've took the time to respond to them, and they never responded back. So what I'm going to do from now on is if people want to be a hater, they can just drop a donation to the channel, and I'll be glad to get back to their hate speech. And I think that'll sort that out too. So anyway, let me scroll back up. Oh my goodness, y'all bloated up comments. All right, somebody said, now I don't know if this is true, but somebody said that apparently the Floyd guy had held a gun to the belly of a black pregnant woman while his buddies robbed her home. Now, if that's true, that's crazy, man. And guys, this is the thing. As time progresses, so much stuff's going to come out on the police. Stuff's going to come out on him. I mean, for crying out loud, dude wasn't cold for like 2-3 days, and apparently he had been in the adult film industry. I mean, like, I'm seriously, like, I may drop dead tomorrow, and they'll be like, well, Luke did this, Luke did that. It'd be like, I mean, it's crazy how people, stuff comes out in a minute after you die. Somebody said, what was the email for the, oh, is that what it is? The 6666 Act for COVID. Yeah, because somebody said the, vaccination for COVID or whatever, that was actually, it was like 060606 or something like that. So, anyway, the email is the number 7 and then trumpetsprepper@gmail.com. That's all together. Somebody said, I'm a patriot. A lot of people, or a lot of that comment's been shared about that, about the robbery thing. Somebody said we're going to have to choose from either, from Yeshua, we are in tribulation time. The 2 olives are coming to preach, Yahuwah and Yahushua, and after they'll kill them, then the false Messiah will come. Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of deception and stuff, guys. Thank you for all the biblical truths over the years. You have woken me up, started to prepare spiritually and physically. You are most welcome, Simone. Simon, I don't know if that's Simone. I think it's Simone, how that's spelled. You're most welcome. Nobody was there for me when I first woke up hardly by the grace of YAH, and I just don't want it. People struggle, guys. I want to help get the word out there. If somebody said vaccine, I will not comply. No microchip. I think is what they were trying to say. Let's see here. I already have many vaccines. One more, okay. Yeah, but this one's gonna be a lot different to that. Somebody says everyone just bots. I don't know. True that. Somebody said Simone J. True that. Blessings, Dawn. Somebody said, what is happening to black people on the world stage is really scaring me. Do you think they will reveal who we are, what is happening? We are in the forefront of the news daily. Guys, I don't know what the play is going to be on the true Hebrew Israelites, but I'll tell you what, they are sure trying to put everybody in a bad spotlight right now, and I don't know, because I feel like it's one of those things where they're going to try to project on the true people of YAH the things that they're actually doing in the background, not the true people, but the elitists and the Illuminati and all that. Somebody said vaccines, World War III, then chip, then the Antichrist. Those who don't believe in him will be beheaded. Look for Yahushua. He is waiting, because that's his real name, written in Hebrew, means YAH saves. Yeah, absolutely. Somebody said, let me see if I can post links. Yeah. Yes, that is a past crime. George Floyd did put a gun to a woman's belly. Oh, wow. Well, see, here's the thing, guys. This is the thing that I want you to take away from that. I don't care if the guy was was Hannibal Lecter, right? I mean, I don't want him to be Hannibal Lecter, because that would just be terrible. But I mean, like, I don't want people to be murderers and all that. But what I'm saying is they took that situation and exploited it, right? Because they put a knee to a man's neck. Now, whether it's fake or real, it's still that should have never been done. And then you see later, was it Madrid? I think they'd done it, and there was Manila, Madrid, somewhere over there. And then there was another place that it was a Caucasian man putting his knee on a what looked to me be like a Hebrew Israelite man. So, I mean, I'm just saying that somebody just donated, I believe, $100, guys, to the channel. Most high, y'all bless you guys. I've been stacking those chips for the rest of travel costs for folks and stuff like that for the conference. Just so y'all know about that. And listen, if y'all ain't got tickets, you need to go get tickets because people's really starting cashing tickets in because they're free, guys. And there's a lot of speakers coming, so I'm starting to see the tickets get gone for the conference. Just FYI, and if you haven't checked that out, soundingtheloudcry.com, okay, for the free tickets to the conference. But you have to get a ticket to get in because it's limited seating, all right? Next year, hopefully, y'all will, if it's good. And we'll try to do it again if time goes on, permits, and we have the funds. And maybe we can double up next year and get twice as much space. Somebody said, who are the true chosen people? There is a video on my channel. If you'll go over to my channel page and type in True Hebrews, it's got I think it's just about to crest 1 million views now. Check that out. It's a documentary I done about 5 years ago about the true Hebrew Israelites, which is so-called black men. Somebody said, haters, trolls. Whatever happened to Floyd is wrong, but he was no saint. No, and guys, I don't claim to be a saint either. Here's the deal. We've all got sin in our life. You say you ain't sinned, you're a liar. All right. George Floyd has a long rap sheet. I'm going to tell y'all what was interesting to me was the tattoo that was on his chest was crazy, man. It was just crazy because that's like some Illuminati stuff. Somebody said I'm struggling with the Nordic faiths and Mashiach. Can we chat on this? Guys, hit me an email. Somebody said I'm tired of the curfews here in Louisville. Baruch 4, getting the flu vaccine makes you 550% more likely to get the flu. I think it's all set up to kill us. Absolutely. You don't have to agree with everything someone's teaching to take their good information at the conference. That is exactly right. That's what I'm saying, guys. Now, I don't know about some of that. All right, guys, I'm going to get back in the other points here in just a second. Somebody said you're not supposed to make judgment till you hear the whole matter. Absolutely. Somebody said, I believe they're trying to start a war like they continue distracting us. The Most High will find mercy and compassion whom he chooses, including Floyd and the so-called pregnant woman he so-called held a gun to. Absolutely. Brother Lucas, they doing one distraction after another. Thank you for the chosen info on your life. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. Somebody said was given a paper with all these events spelled out. Next one is 12/2020. Get your solar water distilled, food grade bucket water filters. All right, guys. So I'm gonna pause right there. The last one I'm gonna read real quick. I'm gonna read this one. Lady Nick said it's sad what happened to George, but they dragging this out so hard and it's turned into idol worship. Somebody else said they didn't want to open up that coffin because there was nobody in it. Guys, that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to make light of the matter. I want you to understand. There's 3 stories in life. Okay, there's your side of the story, their side of the story, and something right down the middle. What really happened? Now, let's say that this was real, okay, and he died and it wasn't psyops. Let's say over here it was a psyops. What I'm saying is open the casket because that right there is going to filter a lot of mess down in a minute. You open that thing up and there ain't nobody in it. Now, folks, we have hit Hollywood Central real fast. Y'all following with me? All right, so let's get into point B. So I've asked the question, whom do you serve, right? Well, so are you willing to comply or are you not willing to comply? Because now here's where it gets real, right? It's easy to talk about stuff. And somebody said that people that are the loudest most of the time are some of the weakest. And, as I'm getting older, aside from this YouTube channel, if you pass me on the streets, people do it all the time. Like, hey, you're Sam Trump's prepper. Because I'm just like a hermit. I just get quieter and quieter and quieter. And, guys, if I could disappear, I'm telling y'all better pray I never get rich. Because if I get rich, I'm going to dude, you're going to read my obituary. I'm going to be like in the middle of Fiji over here somewhere. I'm just going to just poof, gone, if possible. All right? So are you willing to endure this or not? All right, now, if you're not willing to endure it, okay, here's the thing. You can bypass for right now this section. All right, you'll go straight to C. It's just like with filling out a firearm purchase form. Okay, there's some sections that's not applicable or something like that. Well, you can just hit the NA applicable check mark here and just go on to C and wait patiently until I get there for you. All right, but if you are willing, to go through this suffering that's coming, I need you to understand something. Right here, later after this live, or if you're watching this live and you want to, or I'm sorry, you're watching this playback of this live stream later and you want to go check this out, I made a video about 3 years ago now, and it's called Be Prepared for Your Family and Friends to Betray You in the Last Days, or something to that effect. And I will put the link in the video description promptly tomorrow. I didn't do that ahead of time tonight, guys, because this live stream has been jacked up. But the first question you have to ask on this, and I mean, like literally just close your eyes and do some serious soul searching on here with me, is are you willing to lose relationships over this? Like, just think about it. Close your eyes for a minute, you know, and it's like my family, my friends, my job, my wife, my kids. I mean, just keep going down the list. You know, my best friend that's been a friend since high school. I mean, not that that's like a big loss, but I'm just saying, like the really depth of the matter. You have to ask yourself, it's like, am I willing to lose these things? Because a lot of people, myself included, have lost a lot of things in the past years. I'm at rock bottom, guys, starting over. And I'm telling you what, I was prepared. You know, I was ready to rock out for the last days about the best I possibly could, other than like some off-grid stuff on the farm, just a little bit of touch-ups and things like that. Now here I am starting all at the bottom again practically. So, you know, you got to understand now, especially for you all that's trying to find a mate, whether husband, wife, whatever. I mean, you know, that has to be a very critical decision because, I mean, that can make or break you. Not only that, your family, your mom and dad, you're still at home. These people can make or break you because, I mean, you know, Scripture talks about the Messiah comes to send a sword. And, I mean, these people, it's going to be your own household that's going to betray you. So, I mean, that's why I started right here where it really hurts. I'm sorry, I stuck the dagger in and broke it off and just real quick, and I apologize. All right, I really do apologize, but I'm just trying to be 100 with you and some real. This is going to be the first thing that gets that hurts you. All right. The next thing later coming, and I mean, we're already seeing this, folks, with the Rona 19 thing. That's why I'm saying with the face mask and all of this stuff, guys, this is great educational training time for you right now. It really is. I mean, it's been stupid times, but it's been good training. Are you okay with losing your ability to buy and sell? Because, I mean, whether we wanted to or not, we were put in a situation with Rona 19. Some people lost their jobs. Some people couldn't buy and sell. People couldn't even get goods if they wanted to. I mean, this is going to be a situation when you apply worship laws and exclusion from society later, not to mention, like I said, possibility for genocide. I mean, these are things you're going to have to consider upon the matter. So, you know, like, seriously, like, are you willing to lose your livelihood? And, you know, that's a heavy-duty question because not only, I just asked you, are you willing to lose your ability to buy and sell? Now I'm asking you, are you willing to lose your livelihood to even do that? You know, because, see, I'm trying to figure this out, is that later down the line for me, and I'm going to do a video about this coming up, guys, because man, y'all just don't understand. I'm obsessive compulsive, and like my mind just runs and runs and runs and runs and runs like that right there. I found that at a store that Abby was shopping at, and I literally got it because I'll read it to you another time. But like I look at that now, and like under worship of the Most High YAH and paying attention, focusing on Scripture and stuff like that, and Ten Commandments, like that is going to be my new rules for normal life operation right there, because it's like, do this right, don't do this. And it's a great reminder. And like I said, I'll share that sometime soon coming up, but like, I'm literally going to break it down in a video. Do this to offset this, do this to offset this, because like with the whole buying a Cybertruck thing, people mock me in that. Later down the road, if I can't go buy fuel, but I can park my truck out behind the house and let the sun charge up the battery bank, why do I need to go buy your fuel? Now who's laughing, sucker? You know, because you got to go swipe your Mark of the Beast RFID chip hand to get some gas. I don't. Most High YAH's filling up my gas tank. How you like that? You see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be bitter and hateful all the time with people, folks. I really think about this stuff, right? Because later down the road, when they come see you worked your life off for a $400,000 home, right? Oh, you worked so hard. Oh, you got it all. Got the whole nice bass boat parked out front. You got the big old pool out back. You got a beautiful wife sitting in the backyard by the pool. Guess what? You can't pay your land taxes no more. You're paid everything off. But because you can't go down and swipe your Mark of the Beast hand at the county clerk's office and pay your $500 taxes. They coming and selling your house on auction block. How you like that, sucker? I'm serious, guys. Like, you really got to think this through. And I'm not trying to be mean. Listen, folks, I love y'all, and I want to see people come to salvation. There's a lot of you guys that's watched this channel over the years. We're close. And, I mean, you know where my mind's at with this. And, I mean, we literally see each other face to face, a lot of us. Go to fellowship together, etc. I travel the country and met a lot of people in the world, for that matter. And, like, we have these conversations, but I'm serious, like, it's got to come down to the nitty-gritty now, where it's like, okay, well, if that's the case, darn, I need a tiny house on wheels. I'll just hook it to my truck and pull it out here in the national park or stuff. You know, like, I mean, like, we literally got to start considering up on these matters, because this is serious stuff, because later you ain't going to get to buy food. You better be able to grow it. You better have a place paid off, and you better have taxes paid up. I mean, like, there's a long laundry list of prep ahead for when it comes, because I'm telling you, it's going to get clean up off the rails. And in my worst case, I've watched so many post-apocalyptic movies, and I think my worst case scenario is nothing compared, even watching them films, is compared to what is to come, like, literally. With that said, we'll have to do a live on that soon, guys. But anyway, here's the next one, and this goes right back to the picture for tonight, is the Guillotines and firing squad. You say, Luke, you're crazy. You know, you're just fear-mongering. Do you know that it was in Maine, I believe, that a legislator requested guillotines to be brought back? Not only that, I believe it was in Alabama. It's Alabama or Georgia. You can find that there was legislation, I think, being requested, and then the work so that the death penalty could be changed to, instead of lethal injection, to guillotine, because that the state could harvest the organs from the quickly guillotined people and process those organs and sell them. Guys, I swear, y'all think I'm making this stuff up. Please keep in mind, I told y'all for years New World Order is coming, and they have a United Nations New World Order website now. I'll tell y'all what, you think Luke's crazy. Man, baby, I'm on easy street now. I swear, like, I ain't worried about a thing. I ain't worried about a thing other than just making some money the next day, because I got to eat. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I ain't worried about it no more, because I tell you what, I've been seeing the writing on the wall for a long time, man. Long time. But like Georgia and Montana, there's articles published about that apparently there's 15,000 guillotines in Georgia stashed, and 15,000 in Montana. Now, they went to a lot of PR stunt to say that that's not so. Now, here's a 411 on that, though. Now, there is a video out about the plastic coffins, I believe it's also in Georgia, that was stashed, that you can put, like, I think it's anywhere between, like, 5 and 10 corpses in that and for containment. So, like I'm saying, guys, these Chanel guillotines, I mean, there's information out there about it. You can draw your own lines between that, you know. But anyway, serious, guys, this is conversations going on, and like you know what? You got the power of Google and this divinely created body. This is an amazing machine, and you just go like that, and you'll have the information you want, and you ain't got to take my word for it. You can just go find it out, dude. It is crazy, the information that's getting out there. And you know what's crazy to me is the politicians are just saying, hey, this is exactly what we want to do, you jokers. We just want to hack you up. And if you go to jail, we're going to hack you up and sell you off, too. FYI, for you suckers out there that are watching that are politicians, I got AB negative blood. You give my organs to somebody else, they're going to drop like a rock, and and nothing else in them is going to be worth selling. I can only receive pretty much from everybody else. I can't give nobody. I'm like a darn vampire, so y'all might as well just line me up, firing squad, and shoot me. All right. So anyway, the last thing on section B is, regardless, let's say forget the guillotines. Let's say forget a firing squad. Are you willing to lose your life for what you believe? Now, this is where I want to take a pause for a second, and I mean, like, be dead serious with y'all, is that I talk with elders, and I know for a young man, I try to spend a lot of time with elders, and you might say, what's wrong with you? But, like, seriously, in our generation, we need to listen to our elders. And the more and more, especially righteous elders I talk to, is I've come to the same conclusion as them as well, is that it's not so much dying anymore that bothers me. Matter of fact, there's things far worse than death. Plus, you get to take a quantum leap to Judgment Day, and which is a very nice thing if you're in the right path. But I don't want to die in an unrighteous state, guys. And I pray, Father Yah, you keep my soul that I don't die in an unrighteous state, and nobody else for that matter either. But, like this situation that we're in right now, a lot of people, they're broke, they're getting homeless, they're losing their jobs, they can't provide for their family. I mean, there's going to be people, I think, real body tallies, everything from starvation to suicide from losing their jobs to Rona 19. I think that's the stats we should really be, trying to count up. But I want to take a pause right here on part B, and I'm gonna scroll up here and catch back up where we left off on the comments, guys. I'm gonna take a pause for a second, and then we'll go into section C, and then we'll wrap this up. Let me see. Let's see. All right. Somebody said, "What's shocking? How many people justifying lawlessness?" Oh, I know. And guys, that's the thing, is iniquity will abound in the last days, right? And I mean, somebody said it's like the false chosen ones will lie because they are from the synagogue of Satan, right? It does not matter what his crime was not, does not give anyone the right to do what was did to any person. Absolutely, and that was my point in case. Yeah, there's always going to be something happening to make riots happen. Guys, here's the thing that gets me, and I mean no disrespect, okay, with the Floyd situation. But what about the Newsom boy and the Christensen girl that died here in Knoxville, right? Okay, so that was like 5 melanated people killed 2 Caucasian people. Where was Knoxville burning down on that? I didn't see. I'm just saying, like, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, but I didn't see everybody burning the streets down. I didn't see them smashing in windows, burning cars, and that was the most wicked, detestable murder I've ever seen in my life. And I covered that recently, just whenever I covered about the Ahmaud Arbery getting murdered too on the flip side of things, because I tried to show you people, lay race aside, look at the wickedness people do to one another. But I mean, like, there's something deeper to this stuff going on, like burning the bricks were being dropped off at strategic locations in places around the country, and I am so grateful, all praise Most High Yah, that guy in Dallas didn't die. I think one of y'all told me, Facebooked me or something, and told me that the guy didn't die in Dallas. But man, he took a skateboard to the back of the head, I believe. He took a brick. He got beat up by everybody, and praise Most High Yah that he was spared. He was just trying to protect his livelihood. Somebody said, "I always been the black sheep of the family anyway, so I think I'm be good, and they already think I'm crazy." Yep. Somebody said, "You have to stand firm." Somebody said, "Is tomorrow Sabbath day or New Moon Day?" Someone told me that. Let's see, full moon. Tomorrow, if you're keeping the World's Last Chance calendar, guys, tomorrow will be should be Sabbath for most of us around the world. But keep in mind now, because where you live, you really got to be mindful of the clock in the sky and not just look at the app. Okay, learning the Father's calendar is something. That's a sweet shirt, brother. Guys, let me tell you, I got this one at We the People Holsters. It's where I got this one. I seen it. I just had to have it. This Pew Pew shirt, I had to have it because, I mean, we the people got to rise up. We've got to start protecting ourselves, guys. Listen, I don't care if somebody's got a badge. Now, I'm telling you, if I seen somebody doing that here in the streets where I live to somebody that's unarmed, that's saying they can't breathe, and it's real, now I'm going to tell you what. At that point, that's no longer a police officer. That's a murderer, all right? And I have no problem drawing down on somebody because you know what? When the video of that comes out, man, you ain't going to have to wait around and be like, well, we fired these 4 officers. No, you're going to get like a freaking a meritorious medal or something from the city for doing the right thing. Like, I mean, some of this stuff is just so easy for me to discern anymore, but sadly, people won't stand up and protect one another. Somebody said it's straight and narrow for one person to be able to walk through. Do your best with your family to get your house in order. And that's a great point. If you look in Ezekiel, and I can't remember, it's like chapter 39 or something. It's later up in the Ezekiel. It talks about that even if Noah, Job, and Daniel was alive in that day, that only they would be able to deliver their own being. Now you fast forward and think how bad things are off the rails in our day, right? Ain't no getting a ticket pass to get everybody on the boat, for the flood this time through. You get on the boat for yourself, which ain't another flood, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't Noah's Day where you get your whole family a pass, all right? That's the end of the line. Guys, my battery's getting low here, so I'm going to wrap this on real quick and get into the next point before we cut out for this evening. Somebody said, oh my goodness, selling organs. Yes, please look that up, guys. No joke. Eventually, there will be warrants out for Christians. It will be hard to hide and survive. There's nothing we can really do to prepare. That's right. Somebody said they've been selling organs and drinking blood. Yep. Let's see. I heard you tell that story, Brother Lucas, the other week, and I'm still thinking about that. I don't know what story it was, but man, I hope it was something helpful. Oh, about the horrific murder in Tennessee. Oh my gosh, guys, I tell you, it's so sad. Somebody said, "Speak on the prophecies, the Holy One of Israel, showing His people, Hallelujah, family." All right, guys. So here we go. I'm gonna wrap this. We're getting close to an hour. I got about 20% of my battery life left on the cam right now, so I'm going to try to wrap for this night. But last question. Now, for anybody that skipped on down, is it worth it? Okay, now the people that skipped right there said no, they're not willing to go through it. Okay, well, here's what you get. All right, you've got temporal security. And keep in mind that the wicked and the righteous, there will be both parties, even wicked, some people wicked living when they see Messiah come back. And so while you've had a free ride and a pretty good time with the worldly crowd right now, now your pain and suffering is going to come. And so, you got to ask yourself, that's fine. I want to serve the world. Okay, no problem, man. But that's a temporal thing, and there is an expiration date, okay? Now, if you said, yeah, it was worth it to suffer all that, well, then, of course, you know the answer. If you study Scripture, it's eternal life. And, there's a lot of people out there, especially in the awakening, that a lot of, especially so-called black man, which is true Hebrew Israelite, they've been hurt, they've been disrespected, they've been mistreated, they've been under the curse of Deuteronomy 28, and now they're waking up, and there's a lot of frustration out there. Well, Scripture talks about that there will be those of the nations that walk in the light of the kingdom. Not only that, I believe it's in 2nd Baruch, it talks about it, that there will be peoples from the nations that are saved and be able to enter into the new kingdom, and the master will spare some from throughout. So, guys, I mean, it's not that it's impossible for the nations to be saved either. All right, I mean, it's very simple. Keep the commandments, have faith in Messiah. If I end up being a king in the new world, great. If I end up being a cupbearer in the new world, cool. If I end up being a toilet cleaner guy, cool. I get to eat from the tree of life, and guess what? I ain't never got to die, so awesome, But, I mean, guys, it's real cut and dried. I mean, you're either in it to win it or you're not. And these are a lot of hard questions I went over tonight that I know you have to ask yourself. It's like, man, I just don't know, Brother Luke. I don't know if I can go the distance. Well, man, right now it's time you're gonna have to get that. You're gonna have to do some serious gut check. Now, guys, I've lost a lot already. I'm serious, like family, friends, jobs, home, money, assets. Dude, I can keep going. I just keep going. Now, I don't care. Okay, I'm well past it. All right, I'm so grateful just to have breath of life, and be alive. But finding peace with laying your life down one day, now that's something we all going to have to do some serious soul searching on, because like I said, the dying part is not the part that's bothering me anymore. I'm just a hair past that. I don't want to die in an unrighteous state, because I mean, you only live twice, like that James Bond movie. This life and the life to come for judgment, either to damnation, be turned to ash, or have eternal righteousness. So yeah, I don't want to end up on the wrong boat. So, guys, I'm going to read a few comments here before I wrap tonight. I hope this video has been a help to you. If at any point this cuts out afterwards, no disrespect. I didn't hang up on you. It's just the power went low. I've been out running and gunning all day today. Anybody that knows me knows how I do construction. I'm just wide open all the time. Somebody said, that's right, brother. Tell them again. 400 years of hell. That's right, folks. I'm telling you what, the timer has ran out. You factor it in. I always say the future is indicative of the past, and if you look at it, Israel, the bondage in Egypt. Look at you look how they went into slavery and bondage again. 400 years up, folks. So just saying, that is what it is. But somebody said, thank you for sharing, guys. You're welcome. I hope this is a help to many people. I know a lot of people that started prepared, and that's great on physical preparing. I know a lot of people that's gotten Scripture, found the truth, and people. I will say this real quick, and I know it's totally off the wall random, but I really think about it is that if you look at the truths, if you look at all these pillars of truths, a lot of us come to the center line, which is faith through Mashiach and keeping the commandments. We all end up somewhere in the center via one of these routes, like finding out their heritage or finding out about the Father's calendar or flat Earth. And I want to pause there for a second, because it's come to mind. People were making fun a lot lately about flat Earth. Now, even people that's worldly, I think it's funny. I want to see them come to the truth, but I think it's funny that they even were pointing out about this rat that was on the spaceship that's supposed to be flying like tens of thousands of miles an hour, hundreds of miles above Earth, and here you see this rat walking around without a helmet on. It's just hanging out on the back end of the rocket ship, and I'm like, not to mention that was footage from months and months ago. And I'll tell you why is because like you see the footage cut out on the ship. Just like it did the last time, right before the rocket landed. Perfect timing, guys, for the feed to get messed up. And the water droplets on the cam, too. But anyway, I'm like, okay, so I'm supposed to believe that a rat can survive a rocket launch, go into space where it's a vacuum, doesn't have oxygen, and casually walks around on a scalding hot rocket booster. Right. I'm sold. Yep. Yeah, guys, sure does look like a globe. Oh, and not to mention that the feed cut too whenever it showed a flat plane, and then it got fixed back real quick to an angle, or to the curve. So, guys, I mean, like, it makes me so happy to see people that used to be atheists. They come over and they see this truth about the flat Earth, and then they come to the truth. And I mean, there's a lot of venues that's brought us to the truth. Somebody said, shaking my head, and people believe. Yeah, guys. And somebody said, my eyes are open more than ever. I've seen a pastor in a Periscope by a flat Earth guy. He took every scripture and it blowed me away. Yeah. Somebody said, you will be with us in the kingdom. Guys, I hope I am. I really do. People get on to me often. They say, Luke, I don't know how you can say you won't be in the kingdom. Look how you helped other people. I'm like, bro, I'm like, if I gave myself judgment right now, I'd roast myself so fast it would look like a Blofeld on James Bond movie Inspector. I'd be like, sorry, Luke, done. Guys, but now, I mean, that's just how I feel about it. But, anyway, the flat Earth thing, man, I mean, I'm just using that as an example. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, these deceptions, and people's waking up. And I mean, for crying out loud, a rat was walking around on a rocket ship in space. For crying out loud, the New World Order has a website now. For crying out loud, while they're rioting in the streets, Hillary Clinton is getting prosecuted for the email thing. Like, guys, like, do you see what I see? Am I just... am I just too wound up? Or am I just taking too many red pills that you just can't unsee this stuff? I'm going to read a couple comments, guys. I'm going to wrap this up for the night because I got to get up early in the morning because I'm driving out to fellowship with some friends in Middle Tennessee for Sabbath. Somebody said, the Most High has brought me so far. I can't give up my prayers always that He prepare me spiritually, mentally, and physically for what's coming, because reality is that we're here, ain't no turning back, bro. Absolutely, sis. Somebody said you'll be just fine in the kingdom. Somebody said distractions, I'm telling you. Somebody said, nah, you're awake. You dang right. Yeah, we are definitely woke. There's many of you guys in here, man. Y'all just kill me in the comments. I can just tell you're woke by what you say. Somebody said the world's upside down totally. You are saying the world is insane. Absolutely. Guys, love y'all. Please take this time and learn from what you see with Rona 19, because now I'll say this and I'm going to wrap this video up, is with what's coming, especially when you see the demonic deception thing, the alien invasion, all this stuff, because it's coming. I mean, that's going to be the next thing on the list, ain't a doubt in my mind, like big thing on the list. It's going to take the world by storm. Keep in mind that the stock market, I believe, is back now higher than it was. One of the highest earnings that's ever been, even before Rona. So I'm telling you, like, a lot of people are not prepared for when this really does fall off the rails. Rona was the last test run. I want to go on record for that. Rona was the last test run, because 9/11 and Rona have been two of the biggest worldwide events ever, and what is to come next will be fireworks. A few comments, guys. I'm going to read the last few of y'all's comments, and then we're going to cut this loose. Somebody said, time is truly winding down. Great content. Thanks so much. Absolutely love y'all. Your real children of Israel video brought me in the truth. I'll praise the Most High y'all for that. Somebody said, we will treat you with righteousness. Much love, brother. Be cool. Get ready, y'all. It's close. Shabbat Shalom at next sunrise, of course. Yes, Shabbat Shalom to everybody. Keep your father's calendar tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful Shabbat. And the Most High, y'all just fill your day with Shalom. And somebody said Rona was a live exercise. You're dead on with it. That's right, guys, because the next one's going to be the real deal. Guys, as always, till we see you again here at the Hard Truth Show and here on Seven Trump's Prayer Channel, I hope the Most High, y'all, Baruch you and keep you and make his face shine upon you, show you favor, and give you Shalom, my friends. In Yahushua's name.